So just wanted to do a quick little video on how to access the labs that you need to do through NetLab for our IT Essentials class. So you need to go to netlabve.mtist.net. So you can see that right up here in the address bar. And then you'll have to log in. I believe for you, it is capital letter of your last name with the last 3 digits of your student ID. And then the password would be whatever you set it to. We practice these in class, so you should all be able to access your accounts. If for some reason you can't, please reach out to me because I can go in and quickly reset your password. So I'm going to click login. And you will see that it's set up so that I can make a reservation. So I'm going to click on a new reservation. Your screen may look a little different. I'm going to schedule the lab for myself. And then I believe that you will only see your class that you can schedule one for. So you're going to be doing 2 different labs for me. You're going to do the install Windows lab, and you're also going to do the install third-party software lab. So if I just go ahead and click on the install Windows, and then I have to decide how long I want to schedule that lab for. I'm going to say that for me, I'm trying to decide how long it took me. And then that might help you be able to decide how much time you want to set it for yourself. I'm going to say that I was able to get through it in an hour in NetLab. Again, you can always add more time. So I'm going to go ahead and just schedule it now so that you can see. So I'm just going to click to schedule it. So right now, it's just going to schedule it for an hour. If I wanted to schedule it longer than that, or it's going to schedule it for 22 minutes. If I wanted to schedule it for longer than that, then I'd have to go in here and click. So now it's set for an hour and 22 minutes. And I'm going to click submit. So now my reservation has been scheduled. Notice too, like if you go to create a new reservation, you need to pick a pod. So what pod are you going to set yourself up in? And remember, we have 10 different pods. And so if somebody's got something scheduled, you're going to be able to see that there's a reservation there and you're not going to be able to schedule over that. So just pick a different pod. Please just be aware that if you decide that, oh, I might want to do this at 2 o'clock today and I'm going to set it up from 2 to 4 or whatever. If for some reason you can't do it, just as a courtesy, you should go in and remove it, but you don't necessarily have to. I think that with the small group that we have and having 10 pods, we should all be able to easily find time to get scheduled for our labs. So let me go back to my NetLab and I'm going to enter the lab. So again, remember, this window pops up and it shows you your topology. And it says that right here. Here's your topology. Okay. A suggestion is that to get the content or your lab sheet, don't just do it from here. Open it in a separate window so that you can go back and forth between your windows if you need to. So with this one, it says here's PC 1 set up with Windows 10. Here's PC 2 set up with Windows 8. You're using the Hyper-V virtual machine for this. So you're going to click on PC 1 just like it says. You're going to create the username and the password. So just to show you, if I click on PC 1, it's going to open it. And then I'm going to go ahead and I should just be able to click and ITE user password is ITE password. So I can come back here and type ITE ITE password. I can look at it just like if I were on the machine. And then it's going to allow me to get into that PC. It takes a little bit for things to load up, so just be aware of that. And then I can continue. So I can go back to my lab sheet and I can see whatever it is I need to do. It says on the Windows 10 desktop, type Hyper-V in the search box to get to the Hyper-V manager. And so then everything is highlighted to show you where you type it, where it should be. Classes in the past have really found this helpful, that it's very clear in the explanation of what it is that you need to do. So let me just go back here. And so search for anything. I want to search for Hyper-V, and I need the Hyper-V manager. So I should be able to click on the Hyper-V manager, just like it showed, and then follow the directions. It says it launches on the right panel. Click New Virtual Machine. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on New, just like it shows me, highlighted in red. So I can click on New, and I want a virtual machine. And then I'll get some information that appears. So just make sure that you're reading. It says you can click Next, tells you what to enter for your information. Very, very clear in what it is that you need to do. Just remember that, let me pop out here quick to my tech. I asked that as you go through and you do the labs, that you really pay attention to what the instructions say in the lab section for you. So let me switch this to student view quick. And under my coursework, we're doing the NetLab Windows install. So make sure that you take a look at that. And it says, before you are finished with step E. So if I go back to my lab sheet, let me scroll down here to the bottom. So letter E in step 9. It just reminds me that before I finish the lab, it says you have successfully completed this lab. Make sure you take a screenshot of whatever window is there before you close all the open windows, and I want the entire window. I should be able to see your image and what you're logged into as part of that screenshot. So that is what you will upload for this one. If you go back to the assignment list, you have a couple of screenshots, I believe, to uplab for the install third party. So actually you have 3 items. You have the lab sheet and then the 2 screenshots. So you have those to work on. Also, I mean, you see that they're not due until Wednesday, so you could ask questions if you need to. You also have the ports quiz that we're going to take on Wednesday. Remember, no class on Monday, October 3rd, because I will be pretty much unavailable. So that's the reason I wanted to go back over how to access your NetLab. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thanks.